So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to look at your business in a new way, to look at your company through a new lens, in fact, two lenses. And if you do that, I promise you'll get two outcomes that I hope you would want. One, a huge increase in the value of your business. And number two, more free time than you ever thought was possible. Is anybody up for that? Oh, I'm in the right room, that's good. Shocking statistics coming your way. Now, see if you can work out what they are, okay? So you can interact with me on this one. So I'm going to share with you some numbers. What do you think they might represent? 5 million, what do you think? It's the number of businesses in the UK. What about 50,000? That is the number of businesses that are sold each year in the UK. The vast majority of businesses that are up for sale don't get sold. Only 50,000 businesses are sold in the UK. Now, the data is sketchy, and I have rounded some of these numbers for effect, but it's approximately correct. What about 5,000? 5,000 is the number of businesses based on capital gains tax records who've claimed the maximum entrepreneurs relief, now called something different, of course. 5,000 out of 5 million. So only 0.1% of the business owning population are selling their businesses for more than £1 million. That's interesting, isn't it? Are we getting paid for our blood, sweat, and years? Well, most businesses, it would appear, seem to be selling at the average age of the business owner is 57 years of age. So it feels more like a retirement plan. And I meet many business owners, and here's an interesting number. What do you think this is? 5. What do you think? When I ask a business owner, I say, you know, according to Michael Gerber, that great book, The Purpose of a Business is to Sell It, when do you think you might be ready to sell your business? What do they say? About 5 years. Yeah, about 5 years. About 5 years, Kevin. That's a great plan. If I meet them again at a networking meeting, live like this, and say, when are you thinking about selling your business? What will they say? About 5 years, yeah. It's always about 5 years away. But of course, for many business owners, 5 years just doesn't come. And I call it mad entrepreneur's disease. And now the face is a man, but it could equally be a woman. And what I want to do is honor and pay respect to you for being smart. Because look at all the hats you have to wear. It's not like you've got a job and you do one thing, you've got to do everything, the sales, the marketing, the admin. You've got to build and manage all the relationships. And of course, you've got to build and grow your team. And that puts pressure on you, doesn't it? And where does that pressure show more than anywhere else? In your time. In your time. And I would want to encourage you, yes, to be smart, but be smarter. And the E stands for have an enterprise that works without you, and I'm sure Brad would be happy for me saying that. And R is generate recurring income, become smarter as an employee, as a business owner, I'm sorry. This is a pretty wealthy guy, and I think you can see what he said. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, in other words, recurring income, you'll work till you die. And that's true. I'm going to show you a case for recurring income and focusing on that, and then different ways that you can use to do that. Now, I remember I said to you, I want you to be an entrepreneurial magnet. And if you can generate recurring income, then you're already finding the E, which is the business is no longer dependent upon you. The income becomes predictable. It's less risky. And that suits a business buyer and acquirer, because that's what they're buying is predictable revenue. So the more you have predictable revenue, the more your business is worth. And John Warriller, who wrote a great book called Built to Sell, definitely one worth looking at, said a business where the predominance of the income is recurring is worth 8 times more than a business that's trading a product for money or a service for money. What would you rather do? Work 8 times as hard to make the profit and then a business acquirer sees the risk? Or find a recurring method of generating that revenue so that you can sell that business for maximum value at minimum risk to an acquirer? And by the way, if you don't ever sell it, you pass it on to your kids or you pass it on to your employees or you keep it, it still gives you all the free time that you could have because you don't have to show up in the business. The money shows up, but you don't have to. So I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do outside of your business that anybody can do. And it's pension, property, and private bank. Private bank, Kevin, do I have a private bank? A private bank exists when you think about something in a different way. Do you remember that's the title of my presentation? If you've got more money in your business than you're taking out in dividends, then you're accumulating money where? In your bank account that somebody else is using and lending that money to a third party. Now, usually you get about 0% or 0.1% on the money that you've got. But I can show you how you can become a bank and use that money as a private bank. The second is pension. Most business owners don't like pensions too much because they think it's a long-term play. But we saw earlier on, most people are in business for a long-term play because the average age is 57. But because you can ring-fence the money, it's protected from creditors. It's protected from legal action. It's protected from HMRC. You can use your profits and put it in a bank that then you get the tax back. So your corporation tax is refunded to you, but you still got access to your own private bank account. And it's income tax-free, corporation tax-free, capital gains tax-free, and inheritance tax-free. I don't know about you, that's pretty damn tax-free in my view. And there's a special kind of pension that I have expertise in. It's called a SSAS. Sorry about the complexity of the language, but that's HMRC for you. You wouldn't win any marketing prizes, you marketing gurus out there. Small self-administered scheme. And basically what it means is you own your pension. So instead of it being with a Legal & General or Aviva or any other company I could mention, the money belongs to you. And what you can do with that money is anything you want because you become the trustee. And we teach people how to be trustees. So if you want to buy funds, you can buy them at wholesale prices. So instead of paying 2%, which most people pay in the UK, you could probably pay 0.2. That's a huge reduction in fees. If you want to buy gold or commodities, you could do that. If you want to invest in crowdfunding or cryptocurrency. But the most popular investment is property. Most people are using their SAS pensions in the UK, certainly with us, and we help thousands of business owners do that, to buy and acquire property because it gives them a diversification.